Hi, this is Vlog90 and welcome back to my channel. Today, we will talk about sadness. This is different from depression. So I will not talk about depression, I will just talk about sadness. I think the difference is depression is prolonged sadness. It can also mean that there's a chemical imbalance. Depression is diving into mental health issues, which I will not talk about on this vlog. I will just talk about the feeling of sadness that some of us feel every now and then, whether it's caused by an event or whether it's something that we feel suddenly. And sadness is something that is part of the emotion. I remember the cartoons Inside Out, and sadness there is something that is part of our emotions, as well as joy, as well as anger, as well as fear. Sadness is one of the feelings that we cannot escape from. No matter how positive, optimistic, and hopeful you are, one way or another, you will feel sadness. And it's okay. Sabi nga, it's okay not to be okay. More often than not, there is a reason for the feeling of sadness. Kadalasan, may rason kung bakit malungkot ka. Whether may nangyaring hindi maganda sa buhay mo or sa mga mahal mo sa buhay, nararamdaman mo itong kalungkutan. Nararamdaman mo rin ang kalungkutan sa paghihiwalay, sa problema, sa pagiging broken-hearted, sa pag-aaway, sa mga hindi pagkakaintindihan, sa frustration sa mga pangarap mo. Nararamdaman mo to dahil tao ka. On this vlog, I want to share with you the 5 things I do whenever I feel sad. Before I share the 5 things I do when I'm sad, let me just put it clearly that what I am talking about is different from depression. I don't think I can talk about depression because I feel that there are more people who are professional in dealing with that. What I want to talk about now is sadness. Sadness that is part of who we are, that's part of our emotions. And first thing I do is really to embrace the sadness. And when I say embrace the sadness, hindi naman sa nagmumukmuk ako or sulking with that kind of feeling. It's just that I allow sadness to happen. I allow myself to feel the sadness. I do not shy away from it. I do not even deny it. When I have to cry, I will cry. Whenever I feel like being down, even for a day, I will feel down. I allow sadness in my life because I have to honor it. I have to give it validity because I know that the only way that I can deal with sadness is if I acknowledge it. And that is very, very helpful. Let me just share to you the 5 things I do whenever I feel sad. First, I pray. I really pray because I rely so much on my faith. Siguro that's the reason why I am able to embrace my sadness, and that is the reason why I know it's valid, because I pray, I talk to God about it, and I rely on God's grace so much. It doesn't mean that I'm such a good holy person. No, it's just part of who I am. Every time I talk to God, I am so truthful. Kasi what's the use of denying something from God? He knows everything. So I get to face sadness in all its truthfulness, in all its rawness. I know why I am sad. Alam ko ang rason. At kung alam ko ang rason, mas tanggap ko kung bakit malungkot ako. At alam ko rin kung paano ito harapin. Prayer brings me a lot of comfort. Pag nalulungkot ako, alam kong niyayakap ako ng Diyos, pinapatahan niya ako, or pinakikinggan niya ako habang umiiyak ako, pinupunasan niya pa yung mga luha ko kung umiiyak ako. I feel that strongly when I pray. And that helps me a lot in dealing with sadness. I don't even have to deny that I'm sad. I just have to accept it and let it flow. And when I do pray for it, I become honest about it. Kaya, yun ang unang-una kong ginagawa. I pray, I talk to God about my sadness. And it helps me, it comforts me, it gives me that feeling that I was listened at. That somebody is with me, journeying with me with regards to this sadness. Second thing is that I write about it. Okay, so as I've told you, every year I have a journal. Sometimes it's a Bible journal, sometimes it's just an empty notebook. This year I'm doing a gratitude journal. So every day my prayer at night is thanking God for the blessings that I receive on that day. So I write a lot about my feelings, and I think this is the reason why I am on YouTube sharing my thoughts on different things, on different topics, because expressing myself has always been my outlet. And before it was writing, now part of that expression is on YouTube. So whenever I write down whatever I am feeling, I get to reread it again. And when I reread it again, many thoughts enter my mind that would accompany those particular emotions, or probably answer questions that I've written on those reflections. Pag nagsusulat ka kasi, mas iniisip mo kung ano yung nangyayari sa buhay mo. Writing is a form of reflection. It's a process wherein you bare yourself, you write your thoughts, uncensored, and then when you read it again, you try to figure out, okay, so how do I deal with this in life? How do I edit it in such a way that it will make my life better? Kaya nga sinasabi nila, if you are not so sure about your emotions, you write it down first. Don't just blurt it out. And I have these journals wherein I get to look back and see what I've been through. And I'm sure those of you who keep journals can relate with regards to this kind of things. Writing opens your mind to the perspective of afterthought. Kasi di ba when you write, you are in the moment. And then when you read it again and try to put other things that you thought about, then it makes the reflection better. It's the afterthought, after writing your thoughts, that really gives you that clarity in dealing with emotions such as sadness. It's again another expression. You're trying to bring it out in the open so that it will not clog your feelings. Hindi siya maiipon, hindi mo siya makikimkim. And if it's in the open, you can deal with it more honestly. So, when you write about your sadness, you can deal with it better and even appreciate the purpose of this particular feeling, which you know will pass. The third thing I do, which is connected also to writing down my reflections, is to really count my blessings. Ito na yung sinasabi ng defense mechanism na pag nalulungkot ka, isipin mo yung mga bagay na nagpapasaya sa'yo. So after praying about it and being honest about this sadness, even writing it down so that I can deal with it, I look back and focus on the blessings that are in my life so that I do not dwell on the sadness. This happens again after I embrace the sadness. So, hindi siya pwedeng, ayokong pakinggan yung sadness ko, ayokong malungkot, hindi ako malulungkot, hindi ko yung iisipin. mag-iisip ako ng mga blessings ko. It's not as automatic as that. That's the reason why it's the third thing that I am doing whenever I encounter sadness. Only when I embrace sadness can I count my blessings. Because I know that all feelings are valid. And sadness is a feeling that is valid. So I will not invalidate it immediately by escaping it or running away from it. But as I count my blessings, I know that sadness is just part of life. It makes me accept sadness more because I know that it will pass. I know that problems will be solved. I know that bad days will be over and there will be good days that will come ahead. So isa yon sa mga ginagawa ko talaga. And as I've said kanina, now I have a gratitude journal. So every night at the end of the day, that is my prayer. Thanking God for all the blessings that have happened on that day. And the blessings can be as small as the coffee that I love drinking, or it can be as meaningful as the time you spend with your loved ones. Fourth, I always seek help. And I am so blessed with friends who are always ready to listen to me. At my age right now, I love to reflect, and that's the reason why I have this outlet on YouTube. But with my friends, I'm also like this. So I'm so fortunate that my friends also love to talk about things and discuss about life. And whenever there's a need for me to talk to someone because I'm feeling down, I know I can count on my friends. I love talking about my feelings and listening also to the feelings of my friends. I love the fact that we are able to provide safe spaces for each other to share and to encounter emotions such as sadness, which is for some is very uncomfortable to discuss about. It gives me that courage to seek for help. Alam nyo, dati nung bata ko, napaka-yabang ko sa hindi paghingi ng tulong. Yung parang feeling ko kasi, hanggat makakaya ko, kakayanin ko. Ayoko mangstorbo ng tao, ayokong ma-reject rin pag humingi ako ng tulong. Pero something happened in my life 2 years ago which humbled me and made me rely on people. And because of that, I found the beauty in calling out for help and knowing that in one way or another, my friends or my family would always come to the rescue. Eh di ba yun naman yun? A friend in need is a friend indeed. So, ngayon pag nalulungkot ako o may problema ako, I will always ask for help. And that is one thing that helps me a lot in dealing with sadness. Whenever I feel down and need to talk to someone, I call out my friends. Even to my family, even to my mom, no? I get to express those kind of emotions, knowing that my mom has the wisdom to advise me about what to do. Seeking help is very helpful whenever I feel sad. It gives me a different perspective on what I am going through. Sometimes when you deal with it alone, you just hear your thoughts. And sometimes your thoughts will not help you because your thoughts will be on a self-defeating tone. When you talk with friends, when you talk to other people, they can give a more enlightened perspective. Kasi wala sila dun sa middle of the storm. They can actually see the situation better because they are farther. Diba, you can see the majesty of perhaps Mayon volcano from afar because you can see the perfect cone. Not when you are climbing it, no? Because you cannot see the perfect cone on that particular perspective. And that's the same perspective that your friends or your family that you share your problems with will get. They will see better on how you will deal with that particular problem. They know, or they probably know something about the problem and they can advise you on how to deal with it. And more importantly, more than the advice that they will give, it's that feeling that they are listening to you. Naku, nakaupo lang yan sa tabi mo. Habang umiiyak ka, humagulol ka, at talagang feeling mo, hindi ko na alam ang gagawin ko. After some time of sharing these emotions with another person, and even if that person is not talking or giving advice, you already feel relieved. You already feel unburdened because a person was willing to give you time to be with you and to listen to you. A shoulder to cry on. Seeking help is one thing that I do whenever I feel down, whenever I feel sad. And the last thing that I do is that I read inspirational books or watch inspirational videos on YouTube. That helps me a lot. When you go to my house, you will find a lot of inspirational books. Ever since I was young, I've always seek the help of books to help me. As I've told you in my other vlogs, I've been rereading a lot of my books lately. And there's a different perspective now because I'm older when I get to read a certain book. God's inspiration started in the Bible but continues in the inspirational books that other people write nowadays in order to lift people up, in order to draw people closer to God, in order to give hope to other people who might feel hopeless. And these books or these YouTube videos which inspire us make us deal with sadness in a healthier way. They give you solutions, they give you steps to take, and they provide you with another perspective from their own experience of sadness. What you feed your mind is the one thing that can help you navigate towards life's ups and downs. Being sad is part of life, and if you have tools in order to see life better with a wiser mindset, you can navigate through emotions like sadness in a healthier way. So I hope it helps. I hope that whenever you will encounter sadness, you would realize the beauty that it brings to you, the lessons that it is actually teaching you, and the many ways that you can actually deal with this sadness in a healthier and honest way. If you have other things that you do that is healthy in order to face sadness, you may write it down below so that other people can learn from it and apply it in their lives. Discover something nice sa buhay, something nice sa Pinas, at huwag kayong matatakot na malungkot dahil sa bawat iyak nyo ay may ngiting pangako. God bless you.